Okay, so today we're going to be practicing some long division. I'm only going to go over two examples because I know you've done this before. I know it's a frustrating concept for some of you, but it all stems back to knowing how to multiply. Okay, so we're just going to go over two so you have enough time to work through the problems that you have to go along with this. But what you're trying to do, of course, is to figure out how many times 31 in this problem goes into 4,588. Okay, you're going to start with each digit. So does 31 go into 4? No, it doesn't. Move on. Does 31 go into 45? Yes, it does, one time. So 1 times 31 is 31, and that is what I'm subtracting from 45. And I get 4 and 1. Okay, then I'm going to drop my 8 down, and I want to know how many times 31 goes into 148. Okay, for me, I know that 3 times 4 is 12. So 30 times 4 would be 120. So I'm going to multiply by 4 because 30 is very close to 31 and see if I can get a number that's close enough. So 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. So 31 goes into 148. Put it above the 8 here. 4 times. Because when I subtract these, I get a number that is less than 31, and that's what you need. You need to have a number that is less than 31. So 8 minus 4 is 4, 4 minus 2 is 2, 1 minus 1 is 0. Then I'm going to drop my 8 again. Okay, for this one, we know it's going to be more than 4. And we also, if you look at it, 124 is about double. It is double 248. So if we double 4, we get 8. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So 31 goes into 248 8 times. Subtract 248 and we get 0. There's no remainder, and none of your problems tonight will have a remainder on them. There's no remainder, and my answer is 148. Okay? Always feel free to take your numbers out to the side and check their multiplication tables. See if they're going to fit into your problem. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do, is do some multiplication on the side. Okay, our next number is, I want to know how many times 22 can go into 36,146. Okay, so first of all, we know 22 can't go into 3, so we're going to start with 36. 22 goes into 36 one time. So 1 times 22 is 22, so that's what I'm going to subtract. Drop your 1. 22 goes into 141. Well, let's see. Let's try 5. Okay, so I get 10 here. 5 times 2. I get 11. That's not going to be quite big enough. So now this is what I'm talking about. You have to try again. Get to try another number. Okay, so I'm going to try 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Carry my 1 again. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. That's a lot closer. So I'm going to put a 6 above here and subtract 132. Borrow from there. So 11 minus 2 is 9. 3 minus 3 is 0. 1 minus 1 is also 0. And now I'm going to drop my 4. So 22 goes into 94. Let's see. So I know 2 times any number. I already know all my 2's tables. So if I do 5, it's too big, because that's, we already saw it's going to be into the 100. So I'm going to try 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. I'm going to subtract 88. Okay, borrow from here. 14 minus 8 is 6. 8 minus 8 is 0, so I can't go any further, and I'm going to drop my 6. Put my 4 above before I forget it. Okay, last digit. So 22 goes into 66. Now I got doubles here, 22. So I know that if I multiply by 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6, it's 66. Put my 3 above. I get 0 at the bottom. I have no numbers left to divide, and my answer is 1,643. Long division does take some time. It takes knowing your multiplication tables. For some of you, it's going to take writing out multiplication tables or doing some multiplication on the side. Take your time. Take your time. You can do it. Even though it takes a little bit longer, it's definitely a concept that you do understand. You do know how to do this. So be confident in what you know. Okay? If you have any questions, make sure you ask Mrs. Rangel or myself. And make sure you also get your initials showing that you, proving that you did watch this podcast. Okay? Thanks.